The opening is Ruy Lopez and Bobby Fischer is playing white and Vasily Smyslov is playing black. Fischer played e4, Smyslov played e5, knight f3, knight c6. These are all book moves and we are all knows about it. Bishop b5, this is the indication of Ruy Lopez. a6, bishop a4, knight f6, d3. d3 is Stein's favorite but long abandoned, and the first time in the tournament Bobby Fischer is using it. Smyslov replied d6. d6 is solid but passive reaction. An alternative is, let us go back and see. Instead of d6, there are two combinations. Let us see one by one. Instead of d6, b5, bishop b3, bishop e7. Bishop e7 is a very good move. Apart from developing the bishop, makes way for castling on the king side. a4. This is a very good move. This is the first combination. Let us go into the second one. Instead of playing d6, bishop c5, c3, b5, bishop c2. Bishop c2 is a very good move, indirectly attacking the h7 pawn. Black castles, white follows, d5, knight into d5, h3, h6, d4, e into d4, with a satisfactory game for black. Let us go back, but the last move played is d6 by Smyslov. This was the position that we have seen those two combinations. c3 links bishop and queen, which is very good for white. Bishop e7. Bishop move to a better diagonal, also paves way for castling. Instead of bishop e7, g6. Let us go back and see that also. g6. Knight b, d2. Bronstein, another grandmaster watching this game, suggested instead of knight b, d2, bishop g5. That's a good move, pinning the knight. Let us come back. Last move we left is knight b, d2, bishop g7, knight f1, black castles, h4. Start attacking the king side. Okay, let us go back. The last move played is bishop e7, knight b, d2, Smyslov castles, knight f1, b5, bishop b3, d5. This is an inconsistent move. After having lost a tempo with d6, correct is knight a5. Let us go back and see. Instead of d5, correct is knight a5, bishop c2, c5, knight e3, rook e8, white castles, bishop f8. Bishop f8 with equal chances. Let us go into the game. The last move played is d5. Fischer played queen e2, d into e4. This opens up the position prematurely. No better would be. Let us go back and see. Instead of d into e4, d4, knight g3, d into c3, b into c3, b4, bishop d2. But black should keep the tension in the center with Let us see that also. Instead of d into e4, let us go back and see. Instead of d into e4, black should have played bishop e6, knight g3, h6, or after knight g3, or instead of knight g3, white can play knight g6, bishop g4, f3, bishop c8. Bishop c8 is an excellent move. E into d5, knight a5, which is a very good move. Let us go back. Instead of all this, Smyslov played d into e4. That was the last move. Fischer played d into e4, bishop e6. Bishop e6 is an excellent move. But bishop e6, Fischer was surprised that Smyslov was prepared to be saddled with his doubled king pawns. But surmised that it must be alright, since he doesn't do such things lightly. Anyway, black's game without this exchange would remain permanently cramped. So to avoid that permanent cramping, Smyslov played bishop e6 and accepted a doubled pawn, which will be a weakness in the end game only. So Fischer played bishop into e6 without missing the chance. F into e6, knight g3. This knight is undoubtedly misplaced here, but white intends to castle and then regroup his pieces in order to bring maximum pressure to the doubled pawns. So Fischer played knight g3, queen d7. Some annotators suggested that instead of queen d7, the obvious bishop d6 followed by knight e7 g6. But black has no time for such sophisticated strategy. For example, bishop d6 instead of queen d7, bishop d6, white castles, knight e7, c4. c4 is an excellent move. c6, rook d1, queen c7, knight g5. Knight g5 surely winning material. To avoid knight into pawn, forking queen and rook, black cannot play knight d6, pawn c5 grabs bishop. So let us go back. The last move played is queen d7. Fischer castles. After castling, Fischer was kicking himself during the game for missing. Let us go back and see. For missing, instead of castling, a4, which is an excellent move. Rook a d8, or instead of rook a d8, we will come back to rook d8 later. Instead of that, b into a4, queen c4, a3, b3. Let us come back to rook a d8, a into b5, a into b5, rook a6, b4, white castles. Also Fischer didn't expect the exchange of queens. So let us go back. Last move played is Fischer castles, rook a d8, a4, queen d3. This is what Fischer didn't expect. Queen into d3. This makes white's win very difficult because of the queens off the board. A into b5, a into b5, rook a6. Rook a6 is a excellent move. Rook d6, king h1. The threat was knight d4, forcing favorable series of exchanges. So king h1 is a better move to avoid the check from the knight. Knight d7, bishop e3, rook d8, h3. h3 is a breathing space for the king, h6, same thing, rook f a1, doubling the rook on a file, knight d b8, rook a8, rook d1 check, king h2, on rook into d1, let us go back and see, instead of king h2, rook into d1, rook into d1 check, king h2, bishop d6, bishop a7, which is a very bad move. Because of this, instead of white, black wins. Let us see what will be the next move. Rook a1. Now he cannot touch the knight because the bishop is pinned. So let us go back. Calculating all this, Fischer played king h2, rook into a1, rook into a1, knight d7. Knight d7 is a very bad move. b4, king f7, indicating the start of endgame. Knight f1, 6, bishop d6, g3, knight f6, knight first flank to d2, king e7, rook a6, knight b8. Very uncomfortable is, instead of knight b8, king d7, knight e1, knight b8, rook a5, king c6. This line will be very uncomfortable to black. So last move played is knight b8 by Smyslov, rook a5, c6, king g2, knight b d7, king f1, rook c8. Rook c8 is a very bad move. Knight e1, knight e8, knight d3, knight c7. It is very late for the knight into play. c4. c4 is a excellent move. Black has to take the pawn, otherwise pawn c5, black will lose the bishop. b into c4, that is forced. Instead of b into c4, if rook a8, c5 is still a good move. So let us go back. Now b into c4 is played. Knight into c4, knight b5, rook a6, king f6, bishop c1. Bishop is brought to c1 to attack the e file pawn. Bishop b8, bishop b2, c5, knight b6. Knight b6 is an excellent move. Knight into b6, rook into b6, c4, knight c5. So now the support for the pawn is cut off. c3. After playing c3, black resigns. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Please subscribe so that you can see many more beautiful games of these world champions. Thanks for watching once again.